All right, in this video, I'm going to show you guys something a little bit different than the other videos on my channel, and that is my new pistol from Volquartsen Firearms. If you're wondering why I'm showing you guys this and not some kind of US military service weapon clone like I typically do, it's because I actually had you guys vote on my Instagram page, and you overwhelmingly voted for me to show this specific pistol off. I think it's cool, and apparently you guys did too. So getting right into it, this is the Volquartsen Mini Mamba. So the Mini Mamba is, of course, a miniature or shortened version of the Volquartsen Black Mamba series of pistols, which have been one of their flagship products for quite some time. Now, the only difference in this case being that this gun features a 3-inch barrel rather than the 4.5 or 6-inch versions that Volquartsen has previously sold. So Volquartsen Firearms, if you're unfamiliar with them, they are a custom firearm shop out of Iowa, I believe, and they're well known for very high quality and high performance rimfire firearms, which are typically based off of Ruger designs, such as the Ruger Mark IV in this case, or the Ruger 1022. So the Mark IV series has been very popular in the past due to how easy it is to clean in comparison to the previous Mark III, Mark II, and Mod 1 firearms. And the 2245 designation on this one specifically just indicates that it has a grip that is similar to a 1911 in both the angle and the overall feel of it. So you may be asking, why would you want such a short barrel on a 22 pistol? Because obviously you're going to lose a lot of velocity going from a 6-inch down to a 4.5 inch and finally down to a 3-inch barreled 22. Well, in this case, that's actually the point. You want to lose enough velocity that standard 22 LR loadings are actually, for the most part, going to be subsonic coming out of this gun, meaning that when you attach a suppressor, you will actually not be required to use specialized subsonic loadings to make this thing as quiet as possible. So in my case, I already have a suppressor. I have the Rugged Oculus 22, which is a fantastic rimfire suppressor if you guys are looking for recommendations. I've been extremely happy with this one. And once this is attached, it's not much longer than a standard 4.5 inch or 6-inch Ruger Mark IV or Volquartsen Black Mamba. And of course, if you know anything about the Rugged Oculus, you'll know that you can actually shorten the suppressor even more. Right here, there's a threaded seam where you can unscrew it and then move the end cap down to right here. And so essentially you'll end up with that left over. So briefly, just to go over what comes with the pistol, you'll get a second magazine, and these are upgraded from the factory by Volquartsen with a new spring, new follower and thumb assist, and a new base plate. And these new base plates, in conjunction with Volquartsen's mag release, will actually make the Ruger magazine sit up a little bit higher in the frame to aid in feeding of the firearm. Also, with Volquartsen's accurizing kit, which this comes pre-installed with, you will get their magazine safety delete, so the gun actually can be fired with the magazine out, which a normal Ruger cannot. And of course, you'll get their 2.25 pound trigger. Moving on to the upper portion of the gun, and I'll go ahead and show how easy this is to take down while I'm at it. You'll just put the firearm on safe, to press this button, and it comes right open. And so from here, we can get a closer look at the upper portion. You can see that this is a very high quality upper receiver. Has a very, very nice finish on it, and with Volquartsen's competition bolt installed, it is just buttery smooth, which is really nice to have on a rimfire specifically, because these are known for hanging up if there's any kind of dirt or debris caught in the gun, or if the firing mechanism just isn't quite smoothed out. But these are buttery smooth. And I'm aware you're not supposed to dry fire a rimfire, but just for the purposes of the video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this trigger break. So just a tiny bit of take up. Oh, would probably help if it's not unsafe anymore. So just a tiny bit of take up and a clean break at about 2 1/4 pounds. So moving on to the sights, this gun comes with Volquartsen's adjustable rear sight, which is very nice. It has a serrated rear face to help with anti-glare. It is adjustable for windage and elevation. And then the front sight features a green fiber optic post. So these sights are actually exchangeable. You can replace them with basically any kind that you want, but I don't see a reason to swap these out. It already comes with very, very nice sights. So that does it for the pistol itself. I'm just going to go over a couple of accessories that I've picked up for this, and then I'll probably call the video there. So first, let's talk about the red dot that I'm going to use on this gun. Because of course it comes with a Picatinny rail on top, so it'd really be kind of silly not to use some kind of red dot. In this case, I'm going to be using a Holosun 407C. And I already have a feeling that this is not going to co-witness with the iron sights because it sits up too high, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, not quite. And I don't know of any red dots that actually will co-witness with this pistol. They would have to be sitting pretty low in order to do that. If you guys out there have discovered any, let me know. I may be interested in switching it out for something else if it would actually co-witness. But it is a 22. It's not something I'm really gonna, depend my life on. So it's not a big deal if the iron sights are not usable in a pinch. So finally, let's go over the holster. So this is one of the Scorpion series holsters that is available on Volquartsen's website. So the Scorpion is actually a different model based on the Ruger Mark IV that Volquartsen sells. But the regular black Mamba holsters will actually not fit the mini Mamba. There's a disclaimer on their webpage which states that if you want to use the black Mamba in an existing holster line, you'll have to get a Scorpion holster. They do have a mini Mamba specific holster in the works, but I believe that that holster is actually only going to be as long as the end of the barrel. And in this case, with the Scorpion holster, it will actually cover up some of my suppressor. So I think I'm going to stick with this option. And of course, this holster is actually made by Lag Tactical, who I'm somewhat familiar with. It already is cut for a red dot, which is nice. The suppressor fits just about perfectly through there. Really no hangups whatsoever. And the big selling feature for me was these are compatible with a few different mounting options, specifically the Safariland QLS, which I use very heavily between all my handguns. That's pretty much what I am set up for across the board. So once I get a Safariland QLS fork, I can run this on any of my existing rigs that I have set up for my other pistols. So before I end the video, let me just show you what this looks like with the suppressor in the short configuration. So of course on the Oculus, it's as easy as just unscrewing this front section of baffles, taking off the end plate, or the end cap, and moving it to the front of the suppressor. And of course you would want to tighten this down with the tool that's included with the rugged Oculus. I left it loose just for the purposes of the video. And there we go. So now this is even more close in size and dimensions to a standard Ruger Mark IV. Of course, it's going to be a few decibels louder since it doesn't have as many baffles now and not as much volume inside the suppressor. But I did test this earlier, and when using it with this holster, the suppressor actually does not stick out past the end of the holster, and it is completely protected by this holster. So I'm going to go ahead and call the video there. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. It's a little different than what I normally do, but hopefully enough of you out there are just firearm enthusiasts in general that me not doing a clone video doesn't hurt your feelings too much. But anyway, check me out on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.